What is good, Raider Nation? Is your boy Raider Alex back with yet another video for you guys. Anybody that's new to the channel, you guys love Raider related content just like this, make sure to like, comment, subscribe to the channel. That being said, let's jump right into the topic of this video. So the Raiders lost on the road once again, but not only did they lose the game, but they very likely may have lost their starting quarterback for the remainder of the season. Now, for those of you who want to tank, I am sure this is just good news to you, as the chances of winning football games with Desmond Ridder at quarterback compared to Aiden O'Connell, to me, it definitely drops down. But today I just wanted to call out the NFL officiating for missing an egregious call that was so obvious that, the whole entire NFL world, except for the referees who were 10 yards away, missed this play. And we're talking about that Aiden O'Connell play where he was scrambling and he gets hit with a super obvious late hit that was just not called. The crazy part about this as well is in this angle, you can just clearly see, as clear as day, that the referee sees this and he even runs up to check on Aiden O'Connell after the play. Now, the refs should be ashamed of themselves for not throwing a flag, and ultimately this is just like a bad look on the NFL in my opinion. The NFL is supposed to be a league that supposedly prioritizes player safety and protecting the quarterback, but I guess that's only for their star quarterbacks, because if this was any other star quarterback, this is an obvious roughing the passer call, and depending on which quarterback they do this on, this very likely would have been an ejection, and y'all know which quarterback I'm referring to. But to me, the biggest issue with this missed call is the fact that it led directly to a player getting injured in Aiden O'Connell, who there's a chance he may miss the remainder of the regular season. They put that cast on his leg. He couldn't walk off the field. He was carted off. Now imagine, getting hit with a cheap late shot after you clearly threw the football out, and then a defender pushes you from behind and it leads to a potential season-ending injury that they did not even call. Me as a player, I would be so frustrated from that. So according to the NFL, this was a clean hit. I mean, let's just look at it. It's just so obvious. And look, the thing is, NFL refs, they aren't perfect. They can make mistakes, but my God, to miss something this obvious with the ref being 10 yards away from the play. I don't want to sound like that guy, but really the bias against the Raiders when it comes to NFL officiating, I mean, for the longest time this has been going on, but it's just getting real bad right here. To me, it is an absolute shame that NFL referees, they never face the consequences of making bad calls or just having bad performances in general. But everybody else in the National Football League, whether it be players, coaches, general managers, you name it, if you're not performing well, if you're making mistakes, very likely ends up costing your job. And we never see these type of repercussions for NFL referees. I don't like that. And for those of you who are going to comment that the Raiders were losing, they didn't have a chance to win in this game, blah, blah, blah. Look, at this point, it does not matter about that. It's not about the win-loss column. It is not about the final score. I mean, shit, me as a Raiders fan and most people within the Raider Nation would have preferred that we lost yesterday. But really, this is just about player safety and just a blatant example of the bias that the NFL has been showing towards the Raiders for a long time. And also, too, the bias that they've been showing towards non-superstar quarterbacks. To me, you got to call it equal. If you're going to call these type of plays on the Patrick Mahomes, the Josh Allens, the Joe Burrows of the league, do it with Aiden O'Connell as well. Any starting quarterback in the National Football League. Let's be consistent when it comes to the flags thrown and the overall punishment that they give to defensive players that just barely touch any of these star quarterbacks. Now, ultimately, we will see what happens with Aiden O'Connell. I still haven't seen anything that confirms that he's going to miss the season. Shit, there might be a chance that he comes back, but this is definitely an unfortunate play for Aiden O'Connell, especially if he were to miss a season off of this type of play. I mean, the final stretch of the season would have been a great opportunity for him to continue to play good football, make a push to potentially win the starting quarterback job next season. Now, it is important to know, though, that he did not have a good performance in this one, but still, he needed as much games, as much reps as possible to try to convince the Raiders that he could be their franchise quarterback moving forward. If he misses the rest of the regular season, the Raiders are very likely going to draft a quarterback. especially if they have the number 1 or number 2 overall pick. But just a shitty situation overall for Aiden O'Connell. I definitely feel for him, but on a side note, one thing about this play too that I do have to mention as well is I just do not love the fact that the Raiders offensive line did not react to this. They did not back up Aiden O'Connell right here. At the very least, you got to get in the face of number 94 to show that they're protecting their quarterback. You saw the Jacksonville Jaguars defend their quarterback when he got hit with that cheap shot a couple weeks ago. Now, obviously, this isn't the same type of play. I definitely don't think number 94 had that type of ill intent trying to injure Aiden O'Connell, but it was just a dumb play on his part, and he was lucky it wasn't called. But as an offensive line, you have to set the tone when it comes to protecting your guy, and I didn't really see anybody doing that. And honestly, at this point, the Raiders, we're 2-11. The season is over. Even if a Raiders player goes up to stand up for the quarterback and they ultimately get ejected for standing up for their guy, their quarterback, to me, it is 100% worth it. So that was very disappointing to see. But ultimately, we will just see what the NFL comes out with. And hopefully they respond to this missed call, especially if it ends up leading to Aiden O'Connell missing the rest of the season off of this. At the bare minimum too, 94 of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers needs to receive a hefty fine for that late hit. But we will see how the NFL responds to this, or if they will simply just sweep it under the rug and pretend like nothing happened. But Raider Nation, let me know what you guys think about this play in the comment section down below. But with that being said, that's all I have for you guys in today's video. Anybody that's new to the channel, you guys love Raider related content just like this, make sure to like, comment, subscribe to the channel. That being said, I will see you guys in the next one.